what made you start in fitness and particularly CrossFit?
So in high school, I've never actually done it competitively. I just really enjoyed like physical education. So I love joining in sports day, doing sprinting events. But then my PE teacher actually invited me many times to join like the basketball team, the football team, but I've always declined because I was too focused on my studies. So with CrossFit, that allowed me to explore that competitive side.
So what made you want to stay with CrossFit specifically?
After high school, so my high school boyfriend cheated on me and I kind of wanted to get that revenge body. So I was looking around near my home for like gyms that I could potentially go to so I can like look better aesthetically. So I found like RE CrossFit, which was very close to my home, and I started there as like just CrossFit for health. But then over time, I guess the community drew me in. You know, the purpose of me working out just to impress some stupid guy changed to like working out for myself to see myself improve and all of that. So I first joined like the morning classes, and that's where I first met Scott and a lot of my closest CrossFit friends now. We did it first just like casually, you know, in class, and then over time, I guess we heard about the Bangkok Throwdown in 2019, and then Scott invited me to join his team. So that was the first time that I actually switched from doing it for fitness, health to like competitive. And then we did the Bangkok Throwdown together, and it was such like an awesome experience.
Okay, so Scott, you just finished your workout obviously with the team and Peachy yourself, and you were helping them prepare for Busan that's coming up. So can you tell me, in terms of Peachy, you know her from previous training with her and coaching her. How did that all start?
So 2016, I joined CrossFit to keep up with my children. And then I think 2 weeks later, Peachy joined the same CrossFit gym. We were in RE, and then we went through the same fundamental classes, and then we were at the same class 9 a.m. in the morning. So that relationship started to build with 2 other people, and then we were kind of like trying to get better on the competitive side of things. That's how we get close. And then 3 years later, we all move on to Tonglo together, and then things going from there. We begin to compete, going kind of venture out to think of throwdown, and then we were kind of just like at that point, we were just like learning from each other. I started coaching, so I was teaching her some things, and then we would train on the weekends together, and then we would just go to the Bangkok Throwdown twice, and then also CrossFit competition once, and that's how it rolls along until now. 7 years now.
So from seeing that, from starting seeing Peachy from the very first time doing the fundamentals to now, you know, competing at the Open competitively and now going to Busan, how has that made you feel as one of her first coaches to now one of her judges as well?
I think it's actually, you will ever find a person like that, sort of like you grow with the person. From seeing her, she was 18 at the time, and then obviously I was a lot older, but just to have that kind of mutual friendship from there and then watch her grow. She was just a tiny lady with no muscle. I had no muscle, so we both kind of went into the CrossFit at the same time, and then just to come in every day and then do the workout together, and then that kind of bond is kind of unspeakable bond, and then go through the competitions together. At that time, we're not really top level, which she is now, but at the time, like, we want the same thing. We always want the same things in CrossFit, yeah? So that's how we keep going, and then we, until this day, and watch her to grow into this kind of world-class level of athlete. And then it's really like a touching feeling to see, because everybody just sees like the glamorous side. You know, you train until 8+ p.m. yeah, every single day. On the weekend, everybody is having fun somewhere, but then these people, they come here, they train, yeah? So like that 99% of the effort that you guys don't see behind the scene, that's like really what makes these people, especially Peachy, like special, you know? Like, she chooses to do this as, you know, like what she wants to do with her free time.
So obviously yourself, seeing Peachy now in this setting, obviously Busan is coming up. How do you think Peachy, being so young, is setting a standard now for other young girls that want to compete?
First thing first, fundamentals. I mean, Peachy's been doing this for 7 years. She's only 25 years old. So just imagine that, right? Like I think a lot of people that come into CrossFit, They just go on a go. They look at the high skills or they look at the heavy weights.
Yeah.
Is that the kind of like the standards? But actually, if you really want to be good at CrossFit, you need to be good at your fundamentals. I would say the first 4 years, like really take your time and really work on the fundamentals. And then the next 3 years, and then you will just fly through.
With CrossFit itself, how do you think that's affected your mindset in terms of the way you approach things in your life?
You know, I like to take a challenge now. I like to push myself. That's like one of the charms of CrossFit that drew me in, and I feel like everyone who does CrossFit can gain that.
How do you think your goals now have changed, and where do you see yourself moving towards?
In the beginning, I would be very obsessed with my body and how I look. I would check myself all the time, which is not healthy at all, and I would try to follow into the standard Thai beauty standard. But then over time, unlocking new movements and skills, like being able to lift weights that I never thought I would be able to, you know, those things push me to not care about what if I'm too big, what if I'm too muscular, because the people around me, they don't care about that, and it's all about the performance, not looks. But then over time, the aesthetics follow through, so it's fine.
Can you tell us what is about to happen in South Korea for yourself?
It's gonna be my first time going to the semifinals this year, this upcoming June. Last year I qualified, but as an individual, but I didn't read my email, and that's last year I placed 40 in Asia, and yeah, I didn't know there was this thing where people who would decline their invitation and then they will invite people behind the leaderboard a little bit. But yeah, I didn't read my emails and I didn't make it, but that pushed me this year to want to make it again. And it all worked out, so I'll be heading there.
What is, your relationship with your two coaches? How long have you been with them? Who are they?
My two coaches, I think a lot of people know them in Thailand. Ja, my coach, probably a lot of well-known in Asia. She's 10 years fittest in Thailand, and my other teammate Gap, he's also was fittest in Thailand at one point, and they currently program for me for the past 2 years now. And yeah, Paul, my good friend, he owns CrossFit Club49, and then he allows this space for me to train at the time that I want. So he's really been supportive of this whole journey,
Can you tell me, how did you first meet Peachy, and how has that been, obviously coaching her through as well as competing against her in certain events as well?
ก็ต้องบอกว่าตอนแรกนะคะคือมาเจอพิชชี่ก็คือพิชชี่เข้าคลาสก็คือเหมือนเข้าคลาสปกติเราเป็นคนสอนนี่แหละแล้วก็หลังจากนั้นก็พิชชี่ก็เหมือนก็เล่นคลาสปกติแล้วเขาก็ค่อนข้างมี progress แล้วก็ค่อนข้างคอมมิตกับการที่มาเล่นในคลาสมีความเขาเรียกอะไรอยากจะ challenge ตัวเองอยากจะเห็นตัวเองที่ก้าวหน้าเก่งขึ้นอะไรเงี้ยเขาก็เริ่มแบบขยันอาจจะเล่นหลังคลาสอะไรอย่างเงี้ยจนเขาก็คิดว่าแบบเล่นคลาสเฉยๆอาจจะไม่ค่อยตอบโจทย์กับการที่จะพัฒนา weakness ตัวเองแล้วก็อยากจะ push strength ตัวเองให้ก้าวกระโดดขึ้นไปในการเป็นคอมเพตเตอร์ที่ดีขึ้นอะไรอย่างนี้เขาก็เลยโอเคมาเล่นเองเทรนเองในเวลาว่างในเวลา Open Gym ก็ต้องนับถือตรงนี้เพราะว่าเขาก็ทำงานประจำพอก็ต้องแบบเจียดเวลาของตัวเองเนี่ยเพื่อมาซ้อมอย่างจริงจังซึ่งแบบแต่ละครั้งก็ใช้เวลาแบบ90นาทีไปจนถึง2ชั่วโมงครึ่งวอร์มอัพคูลดาวน์ด้วยซึ่งเราก็เห็นได้ว่าแบบน้องเขามีการพัฒนาที่มากขึ้นทั้ง mentally แล้วก็ physically โดยการที่แบบทั้งแข็งแรงขึ้นจิมนาสติกชนขึ้นนู่นนี่นั่นเป็นคอร์สฟิตเตอร์ที่ค่อนข้างเร็วขึ้นจนน้องสามารถแข่งในระดับไม่ใช่แค่แบบ local เขาแข่งในแบบ regional อะไรอย่างเงี้ยได้เก่งขึ้นแล้วก็อยู่ในท็อป30ของปีที่แล้วปีนี้ก็อยู่ท็อป50ก็ถือว่าเก่งมากๆน้องก็ขยันซ้อมมากน้องก็ dedicate มากตรงนี้เราก็แบบยอมรับมากๆ
And in terms of now working with her in the team together, how has that been in terms of obviously yourself changing from an individual athlete and Peachy competing individually to now working as a team all together? How has that dynamic changed perhaps?
ต้องบอกว่าจริงๆมันไม่ได้เป็นอะไรที่แบบเขาเรียกว่าเปลี่ยนแบบจากหน้ามือเป็นหลังมือเพราะว่าตัวเราเองหรือพิชชี่เองก็มีบางเซสชั่นที่ซ้อมกันแบบคือมาเล่นด้วยกันบ้างคือก็เห็นว่าแต่ละคน move ยังไงเพราะฉะนั้นเวลาที่พอเห็นคนอีกคนนึงเนี่ย move ยังไงแล้วพอกลายมาเป็นทีมเมทเนี่ยเวลามัน move เหมือนกันหรืออะไรที่คล้ายๆกันมีจังหวะที่ซิงค์กันเนี่ยมันก็จะทำให้แบบ move ด้วยกันแบบคล่องขึ้น smooth ขึ้นแบบ
Did you ever imagine that you'd be about to go to South Korea, competing in the semi-finals of the World Championships?
No way. The first session, my coach told me to do a L-sit on the rings. I collapsed. I mean, my max deadlift weight the first month I did CrossFit is now my snatch weight. So that's kind of I never saw this coming, to be honest,
What would you say to other people, particularly girls starting out in CrossFit or weight training in general? What would you say to them that are currently watching you?
I feel like a lot of girls will see these videos generally in like the Thai public. They will be very scared and they'll be intimidated by the size of like the muscles and all of that. But my lifestyle and a lot of like elite athletes lifestyle, we train so many hours a day, you know. People who train in classes and all of that or do it recreationally, we do not get this big. It's just because I have a passion and goal that I want to reach, so I push very
Next step.
yeah. I feel like it might be scary at first, but once you do it, you will feel very empowered. That's like one of the most like happiest thing that I've earned from this journey.
And how was that in terms of balance of university life as well as training?
I had to sacrifice quite a bit of my university social life because after class finished at 4, I traveled straight to the box and trains. I have to make some sacrifices, but I mean, it's all worth it, right?
Where do you see yourself competitively moving forward?
This year will be the first year I'm going to the semi-finals. I'll go as a team and see how we do there. Maybe we'll do team again next year if my teammates are down and we do really well. But then if not, I'm always down to compete individually, and I'm looking forward to like be more involved in like the local competitions here in Thailand as well, because with lockdown the past 2-3 years I wasn't able to, you know, compete, and I'm looking forward to like just showcase my hard work.
Where do you see yourself professionally moving on in the future?
So currently I do CrossFit on the side and work professionally, but I'm currently enjoying like the remoteness of this work, how it allows me to like also develop this side of me and to explore, you know, where can I go from here on. In the long term, hopefully I can merge my current job with my passion, and that will be like, you know, my dream. Maybe like communication design, graphic design, something with that would be cool.